good start.
It's the perfect start. You know how to do video so well.
Hello there.
Where are we at?
We're at a boatyard.
Yeah. In
Washington.
In Washington. Yeah, next to Bellingham.
Yeah.
Landings at Colony Wharf.
Yes, 1001.
Oh, she can read addresses. Yeah, so we finally found a spot here at Landings at Colony Wharf, and
It's been like a month.
yeah, well, I mean, since we started looking, maybe it's been 2 or 3 since we knew that we would probably be thrown out of the barn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we found a spot that we're going to store our boat. The environmental regulations everywhere are getting very strict, and they should be. I'm happy that they're strict, but it leaves me no place to work on the boat to do what we need to do, right? The only thing we need to do is sandblast and paint it, and that's the only thing we're not allowed to do. We could do anything else we wanted to do, basically, but we can't strip paint off and we can't put new paint on because previous boat owners have just destroyed the environment by using heavy metal paints and not caring where they put them or why, and so yeah. So that's really what's screwing us over, is all the previous boaters that have just ruined the environment.
A lot of boatyards, they don't have spots too, right? Like inside a building.
Well, they don't have spots to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Every boatyard I talked to said that they had room, but not for the work that we want to do. Yeah. So this guy has said yes this time because he knows that there's a building that I can move into soon. He doesn't know exactly when, but it's in a couple months. And once I'm in the building, all of the debris and mess that comes off the boat is contained in the building and can be cleaned up and taken away. So that's why he said yes this time. And so we asked, well, can we work on this? Can we sandblast and paint the boat outside if the building isn't done in a month or 2? Like we expect? And he said, well, we'll talk about it, but it has to be totally contained. I mean, they get tested by the EPA sometimes up to 10 times a year. Yeah, and they come out and they sample soil and they sample water, and if there's the tiniest bit of any kind of contamination, then they get fined big time and they can be just shut down totally. Yeah, so I get his concerns. But it makes me very hesitant that, maybe we move the boat here and the building doesn't get built and he doesn't let us do the work outside, and then...
Well, he says it's the windiest months are February and March.
Yeah, well, he's worried about the tent we construct around the boat getting blown over, and yeah, my inflatable tent idea, it won't work in that condition. We'll have to put up wood bracing, but that's fine. I can build a tent that'll survive that. Yeah, but anyway, that's where we're at. We found a spot. Monday the boat is gonna get moved here one way or the other, so
We're in a very high boat.
yeah, someone had trouble getting up the ladder.
It's very high up. It's scary. I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, I hope you never have to climb up the mast to do anything. It'll never happen, even if you have to. We'll work on it. So, I have fears of things like the boat getting hit by a whale and sunk, which may or may not be reasonable. And I'm afraid of dying in the cold because it'll hurt.
Who is it?
And drowning in the ocean.
Who isn't?
Yeah, which this boat is partly, I haven't been out in the ocean a lot, hardly at all. And so this boat is to push me beyond my boundaries a little bit, And poor Lee is along for the ride, but it's good. You have to push your boundaries sometimes, It makes you grow, it makes you more confident, it makes your life happier, because when situations like this come up in the future, it's no big deal. Done it before. Don't have to worry about it. You can be happy instead of stressed out. So today was a pushing your boundary day a little bit for you. So
It's a higher ladder.
it sticks up a taller, but you didn't actually physically climb any higher than you were last time.
But like.
Anyway. All right, so we made it. We're on our boat. It's in the barn right now. We have 2 days to pack it up with all the things that I took off of it and get it ready to move to Bellingham to the boatyard there. So we're gonna get busy and just start shoving things down inside the boat and making sure that we're ready. So it's not gonna be that interesting, sorry, but the boat move down the highway should be pretty interesting to watch, I hope.
But it's exciting for us because things are going to get moving.
Yes, finally we're doing something
Yes.
instead of just
Waiting.
hoping that we find a place to work on the boat and waiting. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go. up here is a block and tackle, and here we've got just 2 pulleys with ropes circling down below. There's 2 pulleys strapped together just like this that are attached to a box. And what this does, if you want to determine the mechanical advantage of a pulley system, here as the pulley comes up, you look at the pulley that moves, physically moves up and down or back and forth. So this one stays, but this one moves. That's good. So here, okay, keep going. So this one, you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lines going into or out of it. Doesn't matter which direction they go. There are 4 of them. So that means this has a 4 times mechanical advantage, right? So this weighs maybe 100 pounds, and that means it only takes 25 pounds of force here to be able to lift this package up. But it takes a little more than that because the pulleys have a lot of friction in them, especially these kind of fake wooden, they're actually fiberglass ones. So if they're not lubricated well, or you know, anything's going on, even if they are lubricated well, there's a lot of friction in this system, and the friction makes it harder to pull up. So for you, that didn't feel like 25 pounds of force, right? It took almost your whole body weight to lift it. Yeah, so it takes quite a bit of force still, even though we have 4 times advantage. But it's a lot easier than just trying to haul a rope straight up the side of the ship. You wouldn't have been able to do that with this. I wouldn't have been able to do that with this box. So that's how pulleys work. We got a lot more stuff to move, so we'll be Alright, I'm just gonna hold you here for a minute. I don't have my tripod out. We made it to the boatyard. This is just a temporary spot until they find us a really nice spot to be, and yeah, what an adventure. But we're out of the barn and it's a beautiful day, so everything's good. See you guys next time.